All right, so here I am doing a string of I think 31 orders ish, maybe 29. I don't know, but I got a bunch of orders in after I did that initial EOE run. Now that the inventory is dwindling down, and this is kind of my process of just a small string. Throughout the day, I'll probably get a couple of these strings 50 to 100 orders a day if I'm on top of everything. Sometimes after these big releases, though, I take time off. Like I won't be as manic about changing prices and keeping the sales numbers up because I mean realistically it's a pedal that it's like a car. I could put the pressure on, get the gas going, get the sales up, or I can let off the gas and let the sales kind of dwindle down. And that really has to do with pricing. But this video is more about shipping. So as you can see, I'm packing everything in white envelopes pretty much on this order, and you won't see me do any stamps.com. So no orders over $50 here. I think there was one order for $40, but anything under 50 lately, I've just been doing stamped envelopes, even if it's a $40 card or something. If you do the math on the amount of labels, depending on what orders you're getting, what products you're offering, I did the math at one point and it was like if somebody claims a lost $40 card because it had a stamp and they can get away with it once out of every X times, it didn't even equal the amount of money I saved on the postage on all the other ones that did make it with no problem. So it just made sense to do everything over 50 with a tracking number, everything under 50 without. That actually does change too. There's all different scenarios when you're doing the shipping where, you might have to put $4 tracking on a $7 order for whatever reason, just because but you made that up by sending out 10 or 15 other $40 cards at like a dollar 30 a card or something like that. And that's really the other thing about this I wanted to showcase here is the cost. You want to keep everything super efficient. I got all my envelopes right next to me, all the tape there. You can see I'm surrounded by the cards. So everything is indexed. I know where every card is at after I list it. Um, so yeah, I buy sheets of Dungeons and Dragons stamps. I use a 4x6 thermal label printer to print out the packing slip. Then after I print out a string of packing slips, I go in and I crop the address and then I reprint that same thing, but it only prints out the crop part on each individual label. So that gives me the address label for every order. Then I have the packing slip for every order. I just rip them all into pairs. Then I go down the stack. I put everything in the envelopes. I got brown ones and white ones. They're smaller. I don't like the long ones, but I also use the cardboard shields and everything I use. I guess I'll link it below or something. I'll have AI make the description like I have it make the thumbnails and everything else. Um, so yeah, I'll show. And then at the end of this string of orders, you'll see, I hold up some of the products there for you. So maybe I'll put them on screen or yeah, I'll probably just have them listed below. But anything expensive, I put in the magnetic things, like super expensive. I mean, like $500. I get these slabs, these magnetic slabs. I tape them up. I put them in bubble wrap. I've got bubble mailers for selling boxes and stuff that are small, like White Schwartz or Yu-Gi-Oh. I got regular boxes for selling Magic's play boxes if I want to sell those, or multiple collectors boxes, things like that. So I keep light shipping supplies for things that aren't singles. The main thing is shipping the singles and the shields. You can put up to 8 to 10 cards in a single penny sleeve. That cuts down on the thickness. That's really important to keep an eye on is thickness. I like the shields. 98% of my customers like the shields. One out of every 1,000 orders, someone gets a shield and they're like, "It was Ben. How could he not use top loaders? Top loaders is the industry." It's like, okay, whatever. It's one out of 1,000 that people don't like the shield. Um, and I use the shields for other things, so maybe they just got unlucky. So sometimes I'll put expensive cards in the cardboard shield and I'll tape 2 top loaders to it. If it's especially if it's like a shipped order, I'll just add a little extra there, make people happy. Um, yeah. So this string of 30 so orders went pretty quick. It only took me about, I don't know, 40 minutes with everything, printing it all out, you know. And that can vary. I think there was a 2 orders in this string that were like 8 different or it's a big list of different cards. It's so nice when you get a string of like 20 orders and it's just 1 card per order. You could just slam out 20 orders really fast. Um, and that's good, it keeps the revenue up, keeps everything moving. You want to be selling these cards all the time. You don't want to be attached to the cards. You want to sell everything you get. Um, because that's why you bought it, and you don't want to be too strict on your pricing. You want to be strict on your pricing with buying supplies. If that's where you want to be strict, or if you need to be strict about something, be strict about that. Like keep that as simple as possible, as cheap as possible, but as cool, as nice looking. All these white envelopes with the Dungeons and Dragons set, it's very clean. It's very simple. They open it up. There's a little cardboard shield in there. It's good to go. It's got a little piece of tape on it. I get these orders sometimes with TCGPlayer. They're all taped up with multiple layers and all this nonsense. And it's like, you keep this real simple, real straightforward, like a nice sports car and shipping. That's really what you want. So, yeah, I'm about to finish here. And these are the last few orders. I messed up the inventory in the beginning. You saw was missing a card and had to go refund it. That happens. Doing orders, you have to take care of things as it comes around. Um, yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, these are the shipping shields. TCG Guardian. I think I get them. Yeah, get a lot of them. Big boxes of them. There's like $100 a box. You get a couple weeks worth. You do a lot. Those are the penny sleeves. And then top loaders, everyone's favorite. And we also have the 2 envelopes, the brown ones for the shipping label ones, the white ones for the stamps. Um, sheet of cool Dungeons and Dragons stamps. It's the greatest. And that's how I print out. So I have 2 thermal printers. One does the address labels, one does the other labels, those packing slips and stuff. You don't need to. That was the tape. But I run 2 because it's nice having backups for stuff. Anyway, later.